Welcome back, everyone. I'm not sure if you saw the O'Reilly factor last night. He had Stuart Rhodes on, the founder of the Oath Keepers, and I'm not sure that Bill O'Reilly really understands what the Oath Keeper deal is, what their objectives are, and they never went into it last night at all, what the objectives of the Oath Keepers are. And I think that Stuart Rhodes tried to, at the beginning, to explain what their organization is all about, but Bill wasn't really interested in that. He just was moving into other directions. But I'd just like to say this is what I think that the Oath Keepers' agenda is, and what their real goal is. And it is to it's to get with soldiers, ex-soldiers, current soldiers, police officers, firefighters, anyone that swears an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America, anyone that can be used as a tool to undermine individual rights against the citizens of the United States of America. Police officers can be used by the governors to disarm the population, like they did in Katrina. They went in and they disarmed the average people. They went house to house and took firearms from law-abiding citizens. And they said this because they declared a martial law, because there were people looting and there was lawlessness. But the problem is that they took away all of their resources by sending them house to house to take away guns from law-abiding citizens, when they should have deployed these resources to cracking down on the lawbreakers. Do you see what I'm saying? But they don't do that. What they do is they're just training their people to get used to disarming Americans. They're training the National Guard right now to disarm American civilians, citizens, law-abiding citizens, go house to house and take their guns from them. That is what they're training these people to. That they're getting them used to it. Because every one of these people have taken an oath. And what the Oath Keepers are doing is trying to get these people to remember the oath that you took. The oath that you took was not to the president, was not to the governor, was not to the mayor. It wasn't even to the captain of the police department. It was to the Constitution of the United States of America. And if they give you an order that directly violates the Constitution of the United States of America, they ask that you remember your oath and stand down and say, no, I will not disarm my fellow citizen, because I have no right to do such a thing, and neither do you. That is what it is. When they declare martial law, they want the military to disobey an order to go in and disarm citizens, law-abiding citizens. That is what the Oath Keepers are all about. And Bill O'Reilly said that they were extreme. He said right to him that that's extreme. You would tell your people to say, no, that's extreme. This is martial law. And I saw the videos of that woman who had her gun taken from her in Katrina, an elderly woman. And I just have to say, man, if that was my mother or my grandmother, there would be hell to pay. Because you do not treat law-abiding citizens like that. There's people looting in the streets, and they're over at this house, this woman's house, knocking her to the ground to take her gun away. Do you see where the wrong is in this? And Bill O'Reilly, I'm ashamed of you. I think that, what is your, see, you know what it is? Bill O'Reilly and Glenn Beck's doing the same thing recently. They're trying to distance themselves from anything that happens, because the left really wants to bash them and blame them every time somebody does something. Look, he's inspiring him to do that. You know, he's pushing them in the direction of violence, and they want to keep away from that. But what they're really doing is they're undermining the Constitution themselves, the freedom of speech, people's right to their own idea. Glenn is stifling people's dissent because they're 9/12ers. They believe that the government may have had something to do with 9/11. I myself don't believe that, but I give them every right to speak their mind, and he wants to stifle that dissent. Okay, these two are trying to distance themselves from anything that is going to happen. Now listen, when do you take a stand? When they're at your door coming to take your gun, do you give them your gun? If they take away your rights, how do you get your rights back? Do you see what I'm saying? The Oath Keepers are working within the system, and the system would be the strong arm that the government officials will use, and that's the military, and that's the police, the fire department, National Guard. This is who the Oath Keepers are trying to remind their fellow military that they took an oath not to the president, not to a mayor, not to a governor, but to the Constitution. God bless America.